Daily Broadside, day 566. You've never walked down the highway, like the highway, expressway, on the shoulder. Something weird that takes place. I remember years ago, I went and got some tires put on one of my vehicles, and it was going to be a little bit of a wait, or some time before they got it done. So I walked down and got breakfast, and the quickest way to get to breakfast was to take the highway. So I walked down like almost an exit and all, and you instantly feel poor and homeless. And there's nothing wrong with being poor or homeless. I'm just saying, it's a strange feeling because you assume that everybody that's riding by you is going, look at that poor homeless guy. It's weird, So that's why anytime that I have to walk on the highway, I always take a suit with me. You just look a little more dapper, I was talking to my youngest son last night. We were discussing 50s and 60s music, like early 60s, like pre-Beatles and Rolling Stones and all that. And we got on the topic of Elvis. And he looks at me and he's like, so Elvis was gay? And I'm like, just out of nowhere, right? We weren't talking about Elvis's sexuality. I'm like, nah, he was married. Well, I don't know, but I don't think he was. He never professed to be. Not that many people did in the 50s, but I said he was married to Priscilla for all those years and whatever. It seemed to be a bit of a ladies' man, and I was like, why would he say that? And I'm like, why'd you think he was gay? He's like, no, he just looked like he'd be gay. And I'm like, interesting. And I was like, well, I guess I could see that from a teenager's perspective from today's world. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I've just never thought of that. But he was, he had a little Liberace tone to his wear and everything that he put on, his moves and all that kind of stuff. So maybe he wasn't that far off. I don't know. I'm not saying Elvis was gay, but I guess I can see why you would think that. And I was watching these people pick out pumpkins the other day, and they're talking about, they're going to buy $20 pumpkins at a church, and that's fine. Support a church, buy some pumpkins, get some Brunswick stew while you're there, maybe a spaghetti dinner, whatever. Support whatever you want. But they were talking about we're heading down to the pumpkin patch, and I'm like, you're not in a pumpkin patch, okay? You're on the front lawn of the First Presbyterian Church, okay? The Lady of the Grunting Miracle Church, the Catholic. I don't know if the Catholics sell pumpkins, but that's not a pumpkin patch. That's just a bunch of pumpkins that were thrown out on the lawn and sold really high prices. A pumpkin patch is where the pumpkins are actually grown, which is where you can probably go and find a much cheaper pumpkin. I don't know. And you ever notice, I was thinking about it the other day, I don't think, I like his movies, but Leonardo DiCaprio is really not that great of an actor. In a lot of his roles, he kind of has the same role, like the same character, mannerisms and everything. It's really not much of a stretch for him to go acting and all. But, like I said, they're good movies for the most part. I like Shutter Island and stuff like that. But I'm not that real impressed with his thespianism, I guess you would call it. I don't know what you would call it. But, yeah. So, before this motorcycle just rides completely into the bed of my truck, for whatever reason, he's getting ready to wind it out here once the lane opens up, I'm guessing. But at any rate, y'all have a great Friday evening. McGiddy.